Good morning. It's still morning.
It's
Facebook followers, my name is Tom Lowy. I'm a reporter and columnist over at the newspaper. And I am sitting here with Cal and Janet. And they are the artists behind, for the last 6 years, they have been the artists behind the windows at Pizza House, which are kind of famous.
Pizza House is famous.
Pizza House is certainly famous. Cal, you told me something about Pizza House. Tell our viewers.
Well, the Pizza House started in 1955 right over there at the corner of Cherry and Simmons. And, well, I'm 67, so people my age, that was a big part of us growing up. And for her, in Galesburg, we grew up in Altona and Oneida. So a big thing for us was get paid from baling hay and come down to the Pizza House and get a pizza, and then go down to Marty's Dance Land. That was your Friday and Saturday night.
So did you say 61 years eating Pizza House pizza?
I've been eating 61 years. I don't look like it because I'm thinner than most people that eat it. But yeah, 61 years. I started when I was 16 eating Pizza House pizza, and it moved from over, that place caught fire in I think 68,
right,
and moved here in 69. So
I'm going to kind of pan your work, or move across your work here. So, Janet, we talked a little bit about you were kind of drafted into this in a way. Tell our viewers.
anyway. We were in here eating like we normally do, eating one time, and we found out that the windows weren't going to be painted that year. So we thought, and they were under a timeline, because at that time they had a little contest in the downtown council, and we thought, well, we could do that.
Right.
So we jumped in and did it, and it's fun. It's kind of therapeutic. It's fun. And you see people go by on the street, and everybody's pointing and smiling, and that's what
just
Christmas
this morning,
is about.
There was 2 or 3 people come by here with business suits on, and they're walking, leaning forward, carrying briefcases, going that way, I suppose down here to the attorney's place or whatever. And they were looking down, didn't have a smile, but they looked up at us painting, and all of them gave us a thumbs up with a smile and walked on by.
Yeah.
So it's therapeutic for them too.
Well, I think it's very, very quickly become a kind of holidays tradition. You know, it's a sign of Christmas and the holidays are coming, right?
Well,
when you see the windows painted at Pizza House.
Well, the whole deal is the whole world's on the fast track, and I get sarcastic about it because Christmas comes, they go buy some cotton out at Walmart, throw it up the window with an old sled and a plug-in Santa, and that's it.
Right.
Well, for us, this year we're at about 18 hours, just what you see now.
Okay.
We'll be at about probably 32 hours to do the windows between the two of us.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you take the time to do them, put in 32 hours, you're not just saying, I'm getting ready for the holidays, here's my cotton and my sled, Merry Christmas, go out to Walmart and dump a bunch of cash.
Right.
You're telling the people, we care enough about you that we're going to do something that they'll have this up for 6 weeks.
Sure.
And all the kids, we had people coming out here with I quoted Wayne, I said, Pizza House with the windows they've got, we are the Macy's of Galesburg.
There you go. I like that a lot. Tell our viewers the story about the young girl that came by the morning it was closed.
Were they stuck in the window?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to tell me that
Janet
story.
was painting, outlining the Disney thing, and I looked over, and they come around the corner, and this little girl, and there was an adult driving, looked over, the little girl looked like Garfield stuck to the window. And she was glued, and they pulled up here and pulled in, and I told her, I says, look at this little girl stuck in the window.
She was so intent.
Yeah, so Grandma got out, let her out, and they come up and knocked on the door. Well, they weren't open yet, and I just told them, I says, we're closed. And she says, can we come in and watch you paint?
That's fantastic.
And Kim was working, and she said, yeah, go ahead. So Janet unlocked the door, we let him come in, and they made him a sandwich. But the little girl wanted to be an artist someday.
Yeah.
So I hand drew with her hand on a brush, I hand drew a Donald Duck, and then Grandma took a picture of her underneath these drawings over here. But the little girl was from Oswego.
Oswego.
And But she was down here making cookies with Grandma, and the big deal was, I want to go see the windows again. She'd been here before.
She remembered them from last year, and she says, I want to go to the pizza house and see the windows when they're painted. Well, they came in here to eat, and they realized that we had started on them.
Right.
And
sure.
so she was just ecstatic, you know. And when they came back by and drove by, that's when they said, oh, they're working on them. So when she comes back over the holidays, she's wanting to come back down here and see them when they're completed.
In this process, Janet, does it recall Christmases past? I mean, is it very much entrenched in memory?
Sure.
That's why the bulk of these drawings are for people our age. Last year,
Yeah.
I painted drawings on there of characters I didn't know, and I thought, oh, nobody will like these, but kids came in and pointed to them.
They knew.
And told what they were. But I suppose it's a little bit selfish, but a lot of these
they're from our era.
Are from our era.
Right.
But some of them are generational. Most of them know most of them.
And a lot of them transcend generations, like Snoopy
Yes,
and
they
Charlie
don't-
Brown up there.
they don't
Certainly
get old.
All the Disney characters.
Yep, they never get old.
And Snoopy, as you mentioned.
The Grinch isn't done yet, but he's been bigger. We've had him before, and I was skeptical at first about putting the Grinch on, but it's so popular.
Right.
People ask for it, so
But,
I thought, well, we'll include it again.
Back to your question about doing the windows, though, and I've got to say something about Wayne. There's been some great humanitarians in Galesburg. One of them was Jack Larson, which they carry on his stuff now with the shoes and the coats and stuff. But this guy never pats himself on the back.
Wayne, the owner of Pizza House.
Wayne Sperlin, yep.
Right.
And he's always doing stuff for all the kids out at the high schools and stuff, anything they got going,
Ball teams.
cooking for the churches and stuff. And he's kind of like Jack Larson. He's the gentle giant that he's always there to do it for somebody.
Right.
And everybody usually wants a payoff for something. If I do this, I'll do this. And for him, when people come in and ask, he does it for them. So a lot of it's our friendship for Wayne and admire what he does for the downtown.
Well, I know I was in here last night briefly, and
Were you like a little kid?
well, and you know what? I am like a little kid because I think that the classic, some of the classic cartoon iconography is very much tied to holidays and Christmas. You know, when you talk about Charlie Brown and Mickey Mouse. And
That's why
Donald
they have
Duck
them on
and-
every year. But the biggest thing is people are in such a big hurry anymore and
Right.
stuff. They want to go the extra mile and stuff. But if they come down here and eat pizza and look at this, it takes them away from watching all the stuff on TV, the
Yeah.
news, I have to say the politics and stuff. I think people need a break from that. They're fed up with it like everybody else.
Right.
If you can't think about it when you're down here, especially if they bring their kids or grandkids
Right.
down here.
Well, we didn't notice until this year how many people like this other little girl. There's been 3 or 4 other people that have said the same thing. And one of them had a 22-year-old college student,
At Western.
daughter at Western, and she has said the same thing. She goes, "Oh, I want to see the Pizza House windows." And we didn't realize until this year that people from the past are looking forward to the Pizza House windows being painted. And I thought, oh,
Well,
I guess we better do
the
it.
cliche, the kind of film and holiday lore cliche of the kids looking in the windows and the ability windows, you can share things with windows.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where the cliche is based in, and sharing the holidays through them is just something that's
when we were
going
growing
to demand
up,
your time for a while.
Oh, yeah.
the downtown was part of
Right.
our life when we were growing
Right.
up, and so the windows, I don't know if they were painted back then, but the windows were decorated, the streets
Right.
were decorated when we would come with our families and walk the streets and go Christmas shopping. And
Or you went in and out of every store to look for that special item. And for us, we'd like to see the downtown area of Galesburg build up instead of everybody putting their focus on what can we build new.
Right.
Let's not fill the windows with butcher's paper for empty stores and stuff. Anything they can do to keep stuff down in the downtown.
we need to celebrate it.
Yeah, we need to set. In fact, well, like First Friday and stuff, they have that down there to promote that. And the Christmas parade and stuff, but I'd like to see the downtown flourish. It's not going to be like it was. We got the old Galesburg book when they had Barnum and Bailey Circus coming down the main street with elephants and stuff. But anything we can do to, especially this is kind of, the Pizza House probably is one of the longest lasting businesses down here. Let's do what we can do to keep it going.
Well, for viewers, I would like to extend my thanks for taking the time to share your Christmas with us in a really unique way that's turned out to be one of the touchstones in the community. So thank you very much.
Well, I hope they come down and enjoy the winter. In fact, from our side, when we're in here painting and kids are out here with their parents, and they come out of this place next door, they walk by, and the kids stop, and the parents are probably pointing out, look at this, and that's what you do the whole thing for.
That's part of our Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
And thanks for talking to us this morning.
You're welcome.